Good day, good day, good day. Hello. So, Farmer Ben here once again, and I thought I'd come back to Puzzle Combats. I haven't been here for a little while to do a video. So just going to talk about top tip number three. Now, top tip number three is not going to have a very long video because it's quite hard to demonstrate, really. Probably be about 5 minutes. So spend your time here anyway. The basic function of this video is to say, when you are starting out in the game, you may be tempted to level up your 1 and 2 star heroes. And here they are at the bottom of my screen. You've got Buzz, Cooper, KO, Chen, Stefan, Danica, Morse, Kurt, and Volt. And I think there's a couple of other ones as well. Ushi, I missed off there. But they're all 1 and 2 stars. You'll get to see a lot of them during the course of the game. Now, at the top of my screen, you'll see my 3 stars. Now, this is my important point here. At this early stage in the game, I would recommend, firstly, keep your 3 stars. Unless your roster is totally full, which is quite unlikely unless you've spent quite a lot of money. You've got 55 slots, or I've got 55 slots because I've leveled up a few times. But but keep them for now. You'll see I've got quite a few. I've got some duplicates. I've got ones I want to work on and ones I don't. 3 stars are going to be really important. At the moment, I'm trying to sort of size up in my own head which ones are good, which ones are okay, which ones are a bit rubbish. So in my opinion, Lot and Victoria are up at the top left here. Victoria is excellent with her 6-shooter. She can finish off, particularly if you've got a single target. She just drills them full of holes. Excellent. Lot, very good. Little fat man. He does. I'm fat shaming him here. I'm very sorry. I'm not sure how he'd fit into a tank. Ooh, that was mean. Fat shaming is another system. I don't want to get drawn into that. Not exactly skinny myself. Anyway, Magnus. I don't like Magnus very much. I find he's basically a 2-star with he just does damage to one target. Not very exciting. You'll see I could still level up his skill, and I'm not going to anymore. I leveled it up a bit, and now I'm like, I'm going to leave him. Sparrow's okay. She does look like she's got gas, which would explain, as somebody else I asked, how can she poison a tank? And somebody said maybe she farts down the gun barrel, and actually that does appear from the expression on her face to be quite a possibility. Rasha, Catalina, they both seem pretty good. Brad's okay. Teela's a healer. Haven't really made much use of healers yet. Kasumi, I think, what was Kasumi? 180% dart. Yeah, minus attack can be quite a useful one. Does only affect three enemies, so on that. Dougal just puts up armor. I'm not really fussed about him at all at the moment. But then armor is something which is kind of coming on in the game. I'm not quite sure how it goes. Famke here, doesn't actually do any damage to people. I always like heroes that do a bit of damage or healing, but this one's the same. Adds armor. Well, I'd prefer to have healing, probably. I think. I don't know. I still haven't really got the hang of armor on this game. Leapfrog seems pretty good. I just haven't got around to leveling them up. So those are my 3 stars. I think there's a few others out there, but I'm keeping them for now because I think that they are valuable. And it's really important if you've leveled one up, so you can see like at the top, well, I said Magnus isn't very good, but I'm not going to eat Magnus. And by eating them, I'll show you what I mean in a sec. I'm going to keep Magnus now because once he's fully leveled, I'll hang on to him because he comes in useful for color stacking, which will be the sort of second part of this video. I'll talk about it a little bit. Now, it is really tempting sometimes to go, oh, Cooper, he's a medic. I'll level him up. So you press level up and you can go, oh, look, I can make Cooper up to level 6 straight away. But the thing is Cooper's never going to stick around very long. You have to level up Buzz as part of the game. That's how it starts. But you're never going to keep Cooper or Buzz. Once you've got up to 3 stars, 1 and 2 stars just become food for other people. So at the moment, I'm leveling up Kasumi. I'm doing sort of one hero at a time. My plan is doing a bit of color stacking, you see, which is, as I said, I'll talk about a little bit in a sec. At the moment, I'm just trying to get a couple of heroes of each color largely ready. So Kasumi there up to level 39. I'm not going to feed her any of those other 3 stars, as I say. Not quite enough to get leveled up. I don't think I've got any training here. No. So the reason I'm saying this, don't keep your 1 and 2 stars. So you're only going to eat them. Keep them until you can replace them with 3 stars. But the minute you've got 2 or 3 stars in each color, you don't need 1 and 2 stars. Get rid of them, eat them, don't save them. Don't spend any time or effort on them because you won't get the return back. You're much better off pouring people, even if at the start of the game when you've only got Catalina, put all your troops into Catalina. Don't put anyone into the other guys. Now, this is why I would suggest having more than one of each colour. So on the screen at the moment, where is it? Here we are. We have this 4-star tank. Now, my alliance is kind of building up to 4 stars. It's still early days in the game, so it does take a while. Now, what you'll see here is I have what's called a rainbow team, being one of each colour. So if I demonstrate with my rainbow team, the rainbow team goes in. Now, you'll see when I fire these 3 green tiles into the middle there, they hit the weak point, 60 odd points damage each. It's a fairly small amount of damage, but it is doing something, so I'm not complaining too much. As always with Titans, the weak spot is useful, but best not to focus on it completely. It can be really helpful, but there are other things to think about, like which colour is most effective. So you'll see, hello Lucy, this is my daughter Lucy, so come to say hello Lucy. You'll see that my that red tiles, for example, do very, very little damage because red is weak against blue. I probably will, though, in fairness, keep Locked, because, as I say, Locked puts down armour, which makes him very nice. There we are, 60 odd points each for those tiles there. Just throwing in the rest of the attack now. Just keep chucking them in there. You can get Lot ready. Now, once Lot's ready, so their defense is down on the War Machine, sorry. You'll see now my tile damage goes up to about 70 there. So a little bit more tile damage from my green tiles. Most of my other colour tiles are doing sort of 30 odd points. So the green ones do about double, which, is what the game sort of does make reasonably clear. In this little icon up here in the top corner, which I just clicked on, it tells you a bit about how to make the most of it. Now, in terms of colour stacking, which I mentioned, it's up to you really how much you colour stack. There's loads of different theories on this. At the moment, because I haven't got many strong heroes, I am going to colour stack 2. I'm going to leave Magnus out because I'm not a big fan of Magnus, as I mentioned, and I'm going to take an extra green hero. So hopefully now I can demonstrate the difference. It may not affect my final score, but hopefully we'll be able to see sort of what I mean about the points. Now you'll notice now that here we go, some green tiles. Now those green tiles there, I don't know if you saw that, each of them did 115 roughly points. Now that's obviously then quite a lot more. Now it means that the blue tiles now are earning me nothing. Ideally it'd be the red tiles, but as I've said, I kind of like to keep a lot in the game. If we just watch this here, you'll see those green tiles. One of them did 200 damage there, so that's quite a lot of damage for one tile. In fact, that's more than a lot of the hero's special attacks is going to do. And that's the beauty of it. Here we go again, straight in the middle, 150 odd per damage. It means that my tiles are suddenly doing an awful lot more damage to the Titan than they were before, and that's really important. You want to be doing as much damage to the Titan as you can with each of your tiles. Simple as that. Now you'll see my blue tiles here don't do anything because I don't. Well, actually, they did a few. I don't have. I was going to say I don't have a blue hero selected. I took the blue hero out because I was like, don't like him very much. As I said, ideally it wouldn't be the blue hero, it'd be the other hero. Now you'll see at the moment, the shield was down there, and that's why some of those green tiles did so much more damage. But now we're back to normal, and they're doing about 100 damage again. It does make quite a difference to my Titan score. You'll see both Titan screens, I would have said, were broadly similar. There's been some strengths to this one. There's been some bits that have been better, bits that have been worse. That's just how it is. But I suspect I would have done more damage to this Titan than I did in my first attack, primarily because I colour stacked. And that's the beauty of colour stacking. So there we are, 6754. I mean, it's not an amazing attack, but if you compare it to my previous one, it's done about another 1,000 damage. That's where colour stacking comes in. It does let you do more damage, especially to a Titan. There's always going to be combinations on the screen and everything else which are going to affect it. But that's the point to consider. So really, there are actually 2 top tips in this video. The 2 top tips is don't keep your 1 and 2 stars and think about how you can use your colours most effectively. Don't assume that a rainbow team with 1 of each colour is going to be the most effective on attack or defense, but really on attack. Anyway, that remains for